I'm going to use some number 8 pearl cotton, which I'm going to throw in a cup. Let's see if I can wide angle it out for you. My dream really was to put the feeder to the back, but you'll notice that I have a feeder. And what you want is, you want the pearl cotton to be able to come out through this hole very easily. And the needle is actually going to strike below the hole on the metal part here. And I can leave my darning foot on with the smaller feeders. So let me go ahead and set this up. And also, when you notice the needle strike before you put the pearl cotton in, you can bend your feeder back or forth to help. So let's go ahead and put it in. And you'll notice that I need to put my needle in its lowest position to put it in. And I want it to go behind the feeder. Excuse me, behind these two metal things. And I need my Allen wrench. Open them up. To get it in there. Then I'm going to actually rest the needle, the feeder on the needle while I'm screwing it in. What I'm going to do right now, you notice that I've got it actually against the needle. Let me pull it in for you. See, I've got the feeder laying up against the needle for right now. I'm going to pause it for a moment while I tighten up the screws, and I'll come right back for adjustments. Alright, I have it tightened up. You'll notice there's even a little piece of lint that the camera picks up there. That's really incredible. You'll notice that I'm going to lift up the needle. You see where it strikes? It's hitting right at the plate. So let's go ahead and put the pearl cotton in. And I'm going to put it through the hole in the guide. I'll come into the feeder, the top hole in the feeder, then down through the bottom. And actually, if you have any of these wonderful dental floss feeders, they're the little loop like this, it's great for feeding it through. I'll hold back on the plate, stick this through the feeder hole. Let me get my big hands out of the way. Put this in and pull it through. And you'll see it went through there. And then I'm going to slide it right under my darning foot. And now we are hopefully going to be able to start. Let me check and see if I have thread in my bobbin, which I do not. I'll be right back. Now what I'll do is hold back on the pearl cotton itself and the feeder to pick up the bobbin thread. I really need more hands, but that's the way it works sometimes when you're by yourself. You pull up on the thread, pull up the nylon, and let's see. I've got a folder. Let me see if I can pull up the, there's a bobbin thread right there. So now we have the bobbin thread and the feeder thread. Now what I'm going to do is just run a sample on some Pellon to see if I can get it to start feeding. And you'll notice I'm just going to do this real quick just by hand to see. And you'll notice that it's not going into the thread. So I'm going to gently tug it that way and see. Aha. See, you want it to catch the thread. If it doesn't, you may have to adjust it a little bit more. Let me see. Sometimes it takes a little while to get these things going, and these screws to get it to belly in a little bit more or less. I apologize for taking up so much time to do this, but let's see. See how it's actually not catching. Let's see if we can get it to start. Aha! Isn't that always the way? It appears to have problems with the bobbin thread. Right back.